Hello everyone, I'm Ben from Connect Local, and today we are here with Jen. She has a horse trader mobile bartending service called the Vintage Horse. Hey Jen, thank you for taking time
Hi.
out of your day to talk with us. So yeah, tell us a little bit about your business. What do you do?
Yeah, so my name is Jen Milano. I recently opened a mobile bar service, which we restored an old vintage horse trailer and turned it into a mobile bar.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the trailer about a year ago, so September of 2020, and we renovated, restored everything, and we started our first event was May 15th of 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and we have just been booked solid since then. It has been
Uh-huh.
an amazing journey.
Uh-huh. Wow, that's beautiful. And how did you come up with the idea to start a mobile bartending service using a horse trader?
Yeah, so previous history, I did ride horses when I was
Mm-hmm.
younger. So I had that passion behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I was going to actually restore an old camper. My family owns a campground in New Hampshire, and I always thought I would do something cool with one of the campers that we have there. But I started doing a little more research, and the horse trailer just was such a unique look. I really enjoyed it. And it was a little easier to renovate than a camper, which sounds
Mm-hmm.
crazy because at least a camper you have a sink and other things in it.
Mm-hmm.
But we put everything in the horse trailer from start to finish. We had help from friends and family, but we did a lot of the work ourselves, which helped save on the cost.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it started on Pinterest.
It started on
I
Pinterest.
had yeah, I had this idea of the camper, and I went on Pinterest and I just typed in mobile bar campers, and then I started seeing all these horse trailers that were coming up, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, that's really cool. So
Yeah.
I dug a little deeper and really saw what you could do with the horse trailer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what are the types of mobile bartending services that you offer? Is it for parties, events, and what kinds of drinks do you offer?
Yeah, so we do everything. So when I first started this business, I thought I have a history in event planning. So I used to do weddings and
Mm-hmm.
events and corporate events and all of that. So when I first started this, I thought it was going to be a lot more of the wedding scene. But I found out very quickly that a lot of people want to host events in their backyard. So
Mm-hmm.
backyard parties have really been our go-to this past summer because I think people just still want to be outside, and
Mm-hmm.
it was nice to see, and I built these relationships with my clients, and I got to go to their homes, and it's just a really rewarding experience
Mm-hmm.
to make someone happy with a fun cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
And I started the business because I loved hosting at my house, but I was always behind the bar, so I was
Mm-hmm.
always making the drinks, and I never really got to mingle unless you came to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, why don't I give other people the experience of being able to really host and entertain with their guests and have someone do the work of the bartending service.
Mm-hmm.
And I have gotten so creative, and I also have a history in bartending. So I bartended
Mm-hmm.
all through my college. So at least I had that background of knowing, how to make a drink and things like that.
Yeah.
But now that I'm, making my own every weekend, I'm using all fresh ingredients. I'm using really unique garnishes, just
Mm-hmm.
ways to make drinks that you're probably not going to make at home, which
Uh-huh.
has been a really fun
Yeah.
experience.
Can you give some examples?
Yeah, so we actually had an event last night, and we're in fall season. So we made a apple cider margarita with a
Mm-hmm.
brown sugar and caramel rim, and it was the talk of the party. We also made another one, which was a blueberry mango,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the best mango juice ever,
Wow.
and with a
Nice.
infused, and I make all my own syrups as well. So I did a blueberry mint infused simple syrup, which has been really fun being able to use my creativity side and really
Mm-hmm.
come up with different ingredients for these drinks.
Uh-huh. That sounds delicious. Uh,
Yeah.
and what areas do you serve then?
So we're locally based out of Trumbull, Connecticut, but
Mm-hmm.
we really do all of New England. So anywhere, I try to stay within an hour of our Trumbull location,
Mm-hmm.
and our zip code, but I'm willing to travel, all throughout, but mainly we're staying in Connecticut right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And yeah, of course, the question is, what made you want to start this business and not, for instance, another business? What makes this your passion?
Yeah, so I just saw the potential in what this could be, and honestly, I saw potential, but I did not think it was going to be what it is now. I mean, we're
Mm-hmm.
6 months in, and I can totally see us getting another trailer and getting, a
Uh-huh.
bigger staff. And I just see this evolving into something so much bigger.
Uh-huh.
Right now I'm just by myself. So as a single entrepreneurial,
Mm-hmm.
journey, it's been a lot because you wear a lot of hats. You
Uh-huh.
are marketing, your social media, you're answering emails, you're sending contracts, you're going to your own events.
Yeah.
And I have amazing bartenders that I've hired along the way. And it's just been really, really great. But I think what really sparked my attention was the overhead on the cost. So, I'm not, when you buy a bar, it's called a brick and mortar. So you're
Yeah.
actually, paying a monthly fee and things like that. Mine's luckily parked in my driveway, so I
Uh-huh.
don't have the overhead of that. And I thought that this was something that, I have a family. I have two small kids, amazing husband, and I wanted something that could be a good work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say no to events when I, am booked, and, I'm my own boss. So I make my
Mm-hmm.
own rules, which is a little tricky sometimes because you don't shut it off.
Uh-huh.
So, at 1 a.m., if I'm up, I'm looking at my emails and responding to things. So
Uh-huh.
that's a little of the challenge of the entrepreneurship life, but I'm loving it. And it's been such a great journey.
Mm-hmm. And how has COVID impacted the business? Of course, you started during COVID, but is it also because of COVID that people like that you come to them instead of them going to the bar themselves?
Yeah. So I actually started this business because I was furloughed from my job. So I worked in hospitality for 10 years. I did
Mm-hmm.
event planning. I loved every second of it. But when I was furloughed, I just had a little girl December prior to
Mm-hmm.
COVID. I had a 2-year-old son at home and we still had bills to pay. So I was like, well, I need
Mm-hmm.
to figure something out. So I actually started this during the pandemic because I needed a form of income.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up going back to my full-time job, and I ended up leaving a few months later because I saw the potential of what this company could be and what I could do with it. So honestly, COVID was like a blessing for me because
Mm-hmm.
it sparked me to do this. I probably never would. My dream was always to climb the corporate ladder and, to be
Uh-huh.
in corporate and, just go to the top there. But I probably never would have done this if COVID didn't happen. And then on the flip side of that, the reason that I think this has become so successful is because COVID is still around and COVID is still on people's minds. And
Mm-hmm.
being able to do the event at their house and bring their friends and family to their home and be outside, it
Yeah.
has totally, it's been an advantage,
Yeah.
I think, for
Mm-hmm.
my
I think so
services. So
too. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. And if you, of course, you just started, but what are some of the things that you would have done differently, and what did you learn thus far from starting out?
So I probably would have, so the trailer that we bought
Mm-hmm.
was, I think I paid $1,200 for the horse trailer, but it was rusted. There was holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that we were going to redo it anyway. So moving forward, I probably would pay a little bit more money to buy a nicer trailer and not
Uh-huh.
have to do all that work
Yeah,
on
I
the
saw
other
the
end of it.
pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. We had amazing people that helped us along the way, but it was a very stressful process and it was expensive. And as a new entrepreneur, you don't have a budget for things like that. Another thing, I don't know. I've been very, very lucky that things have kind of just fallen into place. I think it's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of hard work. I think you have to have this mindset of you're going to work hard. And if you want it, you have to stay focused because nobody's holding your hand. Nobody's saying, did you do that? Did you send
Mm-hmm.
this contract out? You're really relying on your own passion. And if you don't
Yeah.
have the passion, you're not going to be successful in this business because you have to do a lot yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds very familiar with me as well. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really true. And yeah, what are your short-term 6 to 1 year goals, and where do you want to see yourself in the future, 1 or 2 years from now?
Well, it was funny when I first started, our first event was in May, and I said, if I could do one event per month, I would be happy. And that turned into 1 to 2 events per weekend, which was just crazy. And I think that, my goal has already succeeded for the 6 months in this business. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I really, and that's another thing about being an entrepreneur, you really have to set yourself goals. When I was in corporate, we had a yearly like review with our boss, and it was, okay, here are your goals, you met him, you didn't meet him, whatever. I don't have a boss anymore to tell me, did you meet your goals? So I think it's very important to write your goals down, which I think that's something I need to do now. But a big thing that I really want to do is I do want to get either a trailer or a camper or something to have, because I'm currently turning business away when we're booked on a Saturday night. We only have one trailer right now. So there's no other, we have to say no to people. So I would love to be able to have a staff. I would love to be a full staff. I have 2 amazing bartenders that work with me right now who have been my rocks and really helped run this business because I couldn't do it by myself. And I think I would love to grow a team. I would love to have a team of bartenders that I can say, okay, here's your event, and I don't have to do events anymore for one day.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's definitely the goal for long term, that you have a whole team working for you and you have multiple horse trailers. Yeah, that's a good vision to have. And of course, for everyone, if there was, another, small business doing the same as you do, why would they have to give you a try at least first? What makes you stand out?
I think it's really my passion for the business. And I think it's, I treat every client the same, whether you're a 10-person event or a 200-person event. And I think that really comes from my background in hospitality and showing that, the customer is trusting you for their services. So you really have to deliver the best of the best. And I think I just bring, right now I do mostly all of the events. I'm there with my second bartender. So you're getting me and you're getting the owner of this business. So I think that's really important. And I think that I just bring a sense of passion. And I think you can't pay for that because you either have it or you don't. And I think that because I started this business and because it's mine, I bring so much to the table of, that love for it. And I just think that that's important. And I think my clients see that. They see that I enjoy what I do and I'm mingling with their guests. And I really, like, last night we had an event and my client came up to me and she was like, I just want to tell you, you guys were the talk of the party. And that is the most rewarding thing because, you can make a fun drink and, and then they can go home and say, oh, that was good. But for people to talk about it throughout the night and to tell the host that they enjoyed it is the most rewarding feeling.
Yeah. And I can also already feel your passion and, your energy that you put into this. This already was the interview. Thank you for coming on today. And if people want to find you, where can they reach out to you and contact you?
Yeah, so Instagram is probably our number one source. We are at The Vintage Horse. We're on Facebook as well, at The Vintage Horse. And our website is www.thevintagehorses.com.
Okay, awesome. I'll put it down in the description for people to look at. And again, thank you. And I wish you a wonderful day and week.
Thank you. You as well.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.